batch of assays from Lodestar Minerals' maiden drilling program at its Chilean Darwin project hit the market in May with a mixed response from investors, despite strong potential for porphyry mineralisation. While Lodestar admitted the results didn't reach expectations, it did confirm the presence of IOCG-style mineralisation, while the geological mapping also uncovered new areas with strong potential. To discuss this and more, I'm joined by Executive Chairman Ross Taylor and Head of Exploration and Non-Executive Director Coraline Blow. Coraline, I'd like to start with you first if I can. The initial assay results from your first round of drilling at Darwin fell short of market expectations after a highly successful rock chip sampling campaign. How do you interpret the initial assay results, and what learnings can be taken to guide the next phase of exploration?
Hi Alex, thank you for having us firstly. This first drilling program was, obviously from a geological point of view, it was successful. So we hit the targets we were targeting. We just didn't hit the mineralization we were expecting. But from that, we've been able to learn a lot for future exploration. So we still hit some mineralization minerals and alterations, which are leading us to really be confident into the potential for IOCG mineralization, but as well for porphyry style deposits. So it's this which is giving us that confidence that there's still really strong potential in the project. And I think from a geological point of view, it was successful. Obviously, there's still a lot of work to do around the project.
Thanks, Coraline. Now, Ross, I'll turn to you now. How confident are you that there is still a project of significance here? And do these results have any implications for the overall potential of the project moving forward?
Well, thanks, Alex. Well, the short answer is no. The results we've had so far don't impact the validity of the project really at all. And in fact, I think it's pretty important to point out we've still got over 60% of the assays still to come. So the picture has not been fully painted yet. As you pointed out earlier, the southern IOCG target hit some quite nice IOCG halo mineralization, which basically tells us that we are near to where a IOCG body is or was, and so that gives us great confidence that there's something nearby to be targeted. And then if you look at the tenements as a whole, there's an awful lot of smoke. There's workings all over the place. On the boundaries to the south and to the west are some significant shafts up to 240 meters deep. There's one that's actually still in operation that is at the head point of a fairly extensive mineralization trend that has been worked extensively. We don't know when or how much ore was taken, but you can see the mineralization there. But what's important about that is it extends into our Three Saints tenement, where it's all undercover. It's under a lake bed. So there's been, as far as we can tell, zero exploration done on it. And that is quite exciting. So if you look at our tenements as a whole, it's very, very exciting. The project is by no means over.
And back to you, Coraline, to finish. Now that these assays are in the bank, what are the next steps for Lodestar in terms of progressing exploration initiatives at Darwin?
As Ross was saying, firstly, we have to receive the 60% of the assays which we haven't received from that first drilling program. But following that, we have already booked a geophysical survey to do some magnetics over the entire tenement package we have. So most of the area was only covered with detailed mapping, only a small portion. So we are going to cover the entire tenement with this new magnetic survey, which will help us a lot, as almost 60% of her ground is undercover. And so having some detailed magnetic will help us better target the mineralization we're looking for within the next few months. We'll also, in July, do a geochemistry program, which will be a soil sampling program over the outcropping areas. And that will help us targeting, and we'll be looking at a lot of alteration minerals, trying to pinpoint this more IOCG and porphyry style mineralization. So we'll also do some geological mapping and review all of the outcrops, because this area was fairly underexplored. So it's we have very limited information out of there. So Do you have anything to add, Ross, to that, or?
Not particularly, except to say that we're putting together a small group of geological experts that are Chile-based, so that we have those locals that we can get advice from and on ground and in country experience from, which I think will be very valuable for us. But the goal is to do this work relatively quickly. The aero mag, the soil sampling, the mapping, and to get us drill ready with good drill targets to be ready to go in about 3 months' time for stage 2 of our exploration plans.
Thanks, Ross. Thanks, Caroline. Appreciate you both joining me, and all the best for the next phase at the Darwin project.
Great. Thanks, Alex.
Very much.